Today outside here is pretty dull and grey, so we've come inside and set up to use very simple lighting setup and to demonstrate how you can do this easily with just things you've got around your home and using the light from the open window. So we started off using just the table lamp and closing the windows so that we could control the light. And you'll need to put your camera on a tripod for an exercise like this, or boost your ISO, so lift your ISO, because where the daylight is stronger, the table lamp, when the windows are closed, the blinds are closed, the table lamp is not going to put out so much light. So you need to compensate with either a higher ISO or a slower shutter speed. So tripod is good when you're using a slower shutter speed, and also then you avoid getting too much noise in your photographs from when you use a higher ISO. And the beauty of using just a basic tabletop lamp is that you can move it around your subject. So when you've got your still life set up on your table, you can move the light higher and lower from left to right. You can put it in front or behind and just watch the shadows and the highlights to see what sort of reflections you're getting and what sort of overall lighting you're getting. And this is a lot different than when you're working with either a flash on your camera or just with daylight. Then you've got no control over the position of the light. You can also do things like move the light further away from your subject and bring it closer to your subject as well. And then what I've done after I've done some photos of our still life set up, I've then opened the window again and still used the tabletop lamp to balance the light. So I've done some with just the lamp, some with just the window open and no lamp turned on, and then some with the lamp turned on. And I did some with the lamp on one side and then on the other side to show how the light can really balance. So now I've got the light coming from my right is the tabletop lamp. So it's slightly in front of the subject and to the right hand side. And then I've got the window, which is a big light source with very soft light coming from behind my subject and to my left. So it really balances the light out. And by combining the light sources, you can really begin to play with your exposures. You can play more with the shadows and softening the shadows. You can't control the light so much that's coming in the window. I guess you can draw the blinds or the curtains or open them up more. And then with the other light, you can also do some different things there. I had to take the cover off the lamp today so that I could get a bigger bulb. This is the bulb we normally use, which is pretty low wattage. So I've put a brighter wattage bulb in there. And then a couple of other accessories that you can use. Just a simple plastic bag, and I've put it, you can hold that over the lamp to diffuse the light some more, or something more opaque so that you can actually block the light or most of the light coming from there on your subject, and you can even open it up slowly to control just how much of that light hits your subject. You can also use it to protect your light coming into your camera lens. So if you've got a light that's very close to your camera lens, you can sometimes get some lens flare coming in, so you can use something like a piece of paper or a piece of cardboard to block that light that's coming in. So there's a few tips on ways that you can light your indoor subjects and experiment. So if you're going through the 365 days of photography course and it's dark outside or it's raining and you can't get out to make the use of the outdoor light, you can set up with a simple tabletop lamp inside and balance it with the window light, or even use more than one lamp inside, and you can change the bulbs, so you've got different wattages of bulbs that then will give you control over the light and the highlights and the shadow areas. And whether you want your light source to be from one angle where it's going to be really bright and really strong, or you want to balance that with another light source so that your shadows won't be going quite so dark. I'm using a fluorescent light here, so it's kind of soft. If you get a brighter light, maybe you've got a bright LED or another type of bright, like a bright halogen light sometimes, these lights will provide even a stronger, more harsh light source that you can control in different ways for the depth of the shadows and the hard edge on the shadows. So experiment. Don't think that you need to go out and buy lots of lighting equipment or anything like that. Have a look around you, use the light from the window, use a table lamp, and enjoy photography. And if you're new to our channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button. If you've learned something new today, click that like for us, and we'll see you in the next video.